You hit the pillow and you're gone. 60 seconds, maybe less. People marvel at it. They call it a gift, a superpower. You smile when they say it, but there's this small, cold feeling underneath. This sense that something about the speed isn't rest, it's escape. Like your body is slamming a door shut the second consciousness becomes optional. You don't drift off, you vanish. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you've always known that healthy sleep shouldn't feel like disappearing. It shouldn't feel like your system is fleeing something. But everyone keeps telling you how lucky you are, so you've learned to call it a blessing instead of naming what it actually feels like, which is shutdown. Like the moment your head touches the pillow, your nervous system finally stops fighting and just goes offline. What if that instant sleep isn't your body resting, but your nervous system finally giving up on being awake because staying alert never made you safe? You've been told your whole life that falling asleep fast is healthy, but you know the difference between tired and gone. Tired is your body winding down. Gone is your body slamming the emergency exit. And what you're experiencing isn't rest, it's something else entirely. Think about a computer that's been running too hot for too long. It doesn't shut down because it's finished its tasks. It shuts down because staying on will cause damage. The system doesn't choose rest, it forces a shutdown to protect itself. That's what's happening when you fall asleep in under a minute. Your nervous system isn't saying, "We're ready to rest now." It's saying, "We can't stay awake anymore." This has a name. It's called dorsal vagal shutdown, and it's part of something called polyvagal theory, the science of how your nervous system responds to safety and threat. When your body perceives that the world is too much, too dangerous, too exhausting to stay present in, it activates the dorsal vagal nerve. And that nerve doesn't help you relax, it pulls the plug. You don't ease into sleep, you drop. And the speed everyone admires? That's not efficiency. That's your nervous system practicing an escape route it's been using for years. This isn't about being a good sleeper. It's about your body learning a long time ago that consciousness wasn't safe. So the moment it became optional, your system learned to bury it as fast as possible. Here's what most people don't understand. Instant sleep doesn't come from being well rested. It comes from being chronically stressed for so long that your brain learned to go offline instead of staying present. When you grow up in a home where you had to stay alert, where you scanned faces, monitored moods, tracked danger that never announced itself, your nervous system never got to practice feeling safe while awake. Alertness became exhausting, and over time, your brain made a deal with you. The second you don't have to be on, I'm taking you out. Not because you're tired, because being awake hurts. This is called cumulative trauma arousal regulation. Your nervous system isn't broken, it adapted. It learned that staying conscious in an unpredictable world was too costly, so it got very, very good at shutting you down the moment the threat passed. Sleep became dissociation, a refuge, not rest. Jason was 34, a software engineer. He could fall asleep at his desk during lunch breaks, on planes before takeoff, in his car in under a minute. People were amazed. He thought it was a gift until his therapist asked him one question. When did you first learn to disappear? And he remembered. An alcoholic father, a house where every sound mattered, a childhood spent listening for footsteps, tone shifts, the creak of a door. He never felt safe being present, so his body taught him how to vanish, and he got so good at it that by the time he was an adult, He didn't even realize he was still running. What you've been calling a sleep problem is actually a protection problem. Your nervous system isn't failing you. It's been guarding you for years, maybe decades. Your body has been practicing one skill above all others: how to take you offline when the world becomes too much. That instant shutdown isn't weakness. It's your system's way of saying, I will not let you break. If consciousness is dangerous, I will bury it. If being present means being hurt, I will take you somewhere else. And it worked. You survived. But here's the part no one tells you. That same reflex that protected you as a kid doesn't turn off just because you're safe now. Your nervous system doesn't wait for you to decide if you're tired. It doesn't ask if you're ready for sleep. It just takes you. Because at some point, your body stopped trusting that staying awake was worth it. And this is the difference between fatigue and dissociation. Fatigue is your body needing rest. Dissociation is your body needing escape. And when you fall asleep in under a minute, you're not experiencing deep restfulness. You're experiencing a shutdown response that you've been practicing since you were small. So when you hit that pillow and you're gone before you can finish a thought, that's not a superpower. That's your bodyguard. The part of you that learned to pull you out of consciousness because being alert never made you safe. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You survived by learning when to let go, and that reflex has been protecting you all along. You hit the pillow and you're gone. 60 seconds, maybe less. But now you know what that speed really is. It's not a gift, it's not luck, it's your nervous system doing the job it was trained to do, protecting you the only way it learned how. For years, staying awake meant staying in danger. So your body taught you to disappear, and it loved you enough to get good at it. That instant sleep isn't rest, it's a reflex, a bodyguard that never clocked out. And you don't have to call it healthy to honor what it did for you. It kept you alive when consciousness felt like too much. But you're allowed to start asking a new question now. Not how do I sleep better, but how do I teach my body that being awake is safe again? You're not broken. You're not lazy. You learned to let go because holding on hurt too much. And that's not weakness. That's your body loving you the only way it knew how.